Black communities have endured systemic violence while continuing to create, resist, and rise. This resilience is not just admirable, it is mythic. And it terrifies those whose identities are built on fragile hierarchies. Like a wild horse that must be broken. The language of dehumanization historically. White supremacists have used dehumanizing metaphors to justify control. Something that must be subdued to prove white dominance. But this desire to dominate is not power, it is pathology. It reveals a fractured psyche that cannot tolerate difference and cannot accept that humanity is not a hierarchy but a mosaic. Racism is not born, it is built. This conditioning is dangerous because it creates a collective delusion. It allows ordinary people to participate in extraordinary harm without questioning their role. It numbs empathy, distorts perception, and replaces curiosity with fear. Worse, it creates a feedback loop. The more individuals act on these conditioned beliefs, the more the system rewards them with a false sense of belonging and superiority. Mass conditioning is not just a social problem, it is a spiritual crisis. It severs individuals from their own humanity by teaching them to dehumanize others. And unless interrupted, it perpetuates cycles of violence, shame, and denial. Systemic racism, religion, politics, and the myth of divine whiteness. Systemic racism is not random, it is ritualized. It is embedded in the architecture of Western civilization. Often disguised as divine order, moral law, or political necessity. Its roots stretch deep into religious doctrine, colonial theology, and anthropocentric mythologies that elevate whiteness to godlike status. In many Western traditions, whiteness has been symbolically aligned with purity, light, and divinity. Meanwhile, blackness was demonized, associated with sin, savagery, and spiritual corruption. These symbolic codes were not benign, they were weaponized. They justify slavery, segregation, and genocide under the guise of salvation. Anthropocentric racism, the belief that certain humans are closer to God, nature, or truth, reinforces this hierarchy. It places white individuals at the top of a spiritual pyramid. And how it can be undone. It must expose the mythologies of supremacy and replace them with frameworks of discernment, autonomy, and spiritual resilience. Black history offers us this mythology. It is not a story of defeat, it is a story of defiance. It is not a wound, it is a wellspring. And it belongs not just to Black communities, but to all who seek to become better humans, not better races. It must protect truth tellers. It must dismantle the altars of supremacy and build sanctuaries of justice. It must teach that no race is divine, no skin is sacred, and no title is beyond accountability.